So now it's official. Donovan Smith has been cut by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Talked about this guy yesterday as one of the 3 players. If they were cut, Cincinnati could target and go after. And I'll be honest with you, I was kind of skeptical once I saw that he was cut because I wanted to see what other teams might actually look at him and maybe possibly go after him. But taking a look at this, I'll be honest with you, I'm not too interested in them going after him. Maybe for a 1-year prove-it deal, you trade Jonah Williams, so you save that $12.6 million. Keep in mind, you can't cut him, you got to trade him. So you got to find another team out there who will take Jonah Williams, but usually when it comes to players like that, you cut your losses. So you give a team, let's say, a 5th-round pick plus Jonah Williams for their 7th-round pick, right? You cut your losses. You say, hey, listen, you can take Jonah Williams here, have him as your backup, whoever, we'll give you a 5th-round pick. You give us a 7th-round pick, so now you get a free 5th-round pick. All you have to do is take on his contract for 1 year, and then you can walk away clean of everything, right? And possibly he ends up working out for them. Donovan Smith, while I do really like the fact that he's very consistently on the field, I mean, you look at his game log, 13 games last season, 17 games, 15, 15, 16, 16, all 16s. That's amazing, right? And that's in with Cincinnati. You want to see, if you're going to pick up somebody, you want someone who can stay on the field. So maybe a 1-year prove-it deal wouldn't be too horrendous, but let's just look at his grades. I mean, the guy is a 70 pass blocking. So he's like more or less in a little bit above average at pass blocking, but he's a 41.5 run blocking, which brings down his overall grade to a 58.1. He's not that amazing. He's I would say more or less, because how bad his run blocking is, I would say he's almost a little bit below average type left tackle. And I've said this before, I'll say it again, I do not believe Cincinnati is desperate. And I will say a million times they're not desperate. This is a team that could easily go win the Super Bowl. This is a team that's on the cusp of being a Super Bowl winning team. And they don't need to go out there and, get anybody just to say, hey, listen, we signed a tackle. There's a lot of good tackles in this draft Cincinnati can go after. There's a lot of other players they can go after. So, looking at Donovan Smith, because yesterday I really did like him, but now I'm looking more into him. He allowed the 15th most sacks, which was 6. He had the 4th most penalties, which was 12, which obviously you already know the other Cincinnati Bengals offensive linemen who love causing penalties. Offensive plays snapped, 44th. So, again, I just don't know how I feel about it. 31 quarterback pressures allowed, 7 quarterback hits, run blocking snaps played, 275, pass blocking snaps played, 633, penalties, 12. For the right price, anybody is a yes, right? For the right price, anyone could get picked up and signed. And he is only 30 years old, so you could say, well, with Tampa Bay, they just had a really bad system for him. And for most of his career, if you look at, till literally 2020, these years were all crap years anyway, because it was on the Jameis Winston, and there was no real quarterback or a real team. The team sucked, right? Now, the last couple years, he's obviously is the years you want to look at, as those are the years on the Brady when they started getting better again. And he did also play some playoff games. He played 1 playoff game this year, 2 last year, and then 4 the year before that, obviously, when they went and won the Super Bowl. So, he's not the worst player of all time, but it really comes down to price tags. Looking at some of these free agents when it comes to offensive linemen, I'm kind of like, ugh. It's like, it kind of like, unless you spend a crap ton of money on one key player, you're really just getting kind of the garbage bin when it comes to the other players. And again, like I said, could he work out? Obviously, could he, do better for Cincinnati than, could he do better with Cincinnati than Tampa Bay? I'm going to say yes for that, but I just still do not like him too much. And again, we have to see exactly how many teams are interested in him, because this could be a bidding war, and if this is in any way a bidding war, I'm going to say absolutely no. So here's his grades for run blocking and pass blocking. for his whole entire career. So let's just take a look at this, kind of get a generalized look at how good he is. So starting off right away, in 2022, he was a 41.5. So, okay, so it looks like his 41.5 really came from last season. So, overall, he hasn't really had a bad last season. Other than last season, I mean, don't get me wrong, allowing 6, as you guys can see right here, 6 sacks, 8 sacks, 6 sacks, 7 sacks, isn't really isn't good at all. It's horrendous. And the quarterback hits have been absolutely horrendous. But overall, grade-wise, I mean, his 2021 NFL season, he was a 70 run block, 84.7 pass block. And I said this before, but offensive linemen, they just get better. They're like fine wine. They get better with age. The older they get, the better they get. This guy's very inconsistent. Because, I mean, he goes from a 74 to a 70 to a 41.5 run block-wise. Pass block, he's always been above a 60. Obviously, 2 seasons ago was his best at 84.7. But maybe he works out better in Cincinnati than he does for what he did with Tampa Bay. But oh god, week 1 versus Dallas, he had a 5.4 pass block, 83 run block. So very good run block there, but those are outliers. The 5 and the 28 are outliers. For the most part, he's been in the 70s this year when it comes to pass blocking. Run blocking, no. Absolutely no. Now, here's another thing, though. For your left tackle, how many times is he going to be the run blocking guy? Because usually when you run the ball, right, your center and your guards are the guys that pull the players that let you go up the middle, right? Obviously, if you're going to do a stretch play to the right or left-hand side, you need your tackles to be good. But for the most part, and I say this all the time when it comes to building an offensive line, I want my tackles to be amazing pass blockers, while my inside, my guards, and my center to be really good run blockers, right? Obviously, in an ideal world, you would have everyone be amazing at everything. But in reality, you can't have that. So it's not horrendous. And I know I'm making a what's it called? I know I'm making a reason why you guys should go after him. But again, like I said, it's all with the price tag, man. If the price tag is good enough, like they always say, if the price is right, anything could happen. If you might say, oh, there's no way in heck this, and this is going to happen. But if the price is right, anything is humanly possible. So if the price is right here, possibly. I just don't know how I feel about this. But guys, tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. He's going to stay on the field. He's pretty inconsistent when it comes to his run blocking. His pass blocking is pretty okay. But it seems like he could just be on a bad system and a bad team. And now he gets to go to a Super Bowl team. Possibly. See you guys next one. Peace out.